Hello dear World of Warcraft friends, welcome back to a new video on my channel. Today we're going to take a look at a video by the YouTuber Hugh Merritt X, I hope I pronounced that correctly, about the 10 rarest mounts that are still being farmed by the community today. And we just want to take a look at this overview here, and I want to see how many of these mounts I actually have myself. I'm assuming probably not many, but he based the whole thing on community reactions and general surveys. Which mounts are still in high demand? Even though they're actually very, very old, let's take a look at them. If you want, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and with that, let's go. In his ranking, there was a mount that, as far as I know, I don't have. Yes, Midnight from Attumen the Huntsman. But that's actually the modern Karajan version, because that version actually had two mounts as well. Was one of them called Fiery Warhorse? Yes, here it is, Fiery Warhorse. That's the Burning Crusade version, and Midnight is the one from Legion. You can get this mount in Karajan if you're up for it. Keep in mind, the entrance to the old Karajan is in the front, and the one to the new Karajan where you can get Midnight is more toward the upper right. You have to fly up a bit to get there. Yeah. For Midnight, you have to go in on Mythic difficulty, and for the regular Karajan mount, it's just the normal difficulty that existed back then. There weren't really any major distinctions at that point. But, well, it's not personally my favorite, but I can definitely understand why people farm it. In 10th place, so the two Attumen mounts. After that, a mount that honestly I wouldn't have had on my radar. And it's called Fabius. It rises out of the water, its fins swaying gently in the wind. The sun makes its scales sparkle. It's simply Fabitastic. That was a mount from Nazjatar back then. That was content we had here in Battle for Azeroth. And somewhere in there, there's the rare mob Fabius that spawns. And when he's there, you just have to take him down. Then you can get this mount. I'll give you the current coordinates again. That's why I said somewhere. He can either spawn down here, he can spawn here, he can... Wait, I need to check. He can spawn here, up here, or here. So farming him is actually not that easy. It wouldn't be my thing. Especially these seahorses, I don't really like them that much, but why not? After that, we have number 8. A mount that I was very lucky to get recently. It should be called the Infinite Timereaver in German. Time walking. Ewiger Zeithäscher. Infinite Time Reaver. Well, okay, bad translation skills at this point. The thing is actually pretty simple to get on paper. In practice, every time-walking boss in every dungeon has a chance to drop this mount, and in the raids as well. The drop chance is at 0.something%. And since time-walking has existed, I have never seen this mount. And only after probably thousands of boss kills did I get it 2 or 3 months ago. Very, very lucky. Cool mount, but it's really terrible to farm this thing since you don't really have a big grind here. After that, in 7th place comes the Solar Spirehawk. You get this thing from Rukma. Here too, it's a world boss. The chance of finding it right now isn't actually that bad, since we always travel back to Draenor, Spires of Arak. That world boss flies around here, basically around the instance. And if you kill it, with a bit of luck, the mount might drop. Terrible drop chance, like I said, I really don't feel like farming it, that's why. Nope. Nope, no need to. Doesn't really have to be at this point. I don't really need it right now. After that, we have a PvP mount, the prestigious Bloodforged cursor, and I just have to show it to you right here. Because, I mean, You only get to see it if you're good enough or have a high enough honor level. That's the mount. You need honor level 500 for it. So basically a whole lot of PvP grinding. And here too, I've been playing this game for 17 years and I've reached a whopping honor level of 45. But I should mention, I'm not a PvP player. For each level, you have to farm 8,800 honor. So you can figure out how much honor you need for that. Absurd grind. I absolutely wouldn't want to do that either. After that, we have the time lost Proto-Drake, and again, a very cool mount, super hard to farm. What you have to do in the end is travel to the Storm Peaks in Northrend. It has a respawn timer that isn't fixed. It can be several hours. So it can happen that it respawns after just 10 hours, or it might not be until after 24 hours, and then it has an incredible number of spawn locations throughout this entire area. So you can't just camp at one spot, you really have to be on point. During that time, you have to hope that no one else takes the guy out. Seriously, it's terrible. I really don't feel like doing this at all. I really wouldn't feel like doing that, but it's a very cool mount. After that, in 4th place, we have one of my favorite mounts, which I actually own, Ashes of Alar. Beautiful Phoenix. I really like it a lot. And here, I'll say it right away. I have a lot of rare mounts, and I didn't specifically farm for any of them. I have Invincible. We'll see that in a moment. I was just farming Transmog with the Parlor there. I got it. Ashes of Allah. Actually, I did farm that one specifically, but I got it after about 6 weeks or so. I also got Mimiron's Head by accident, because I was farming Transmog too. Here, Ashes of Allah. That's one of those mounts with under a 1% drop rate, or around 1%. So, very, very rare. Outland. Netherstorm. And you have to go into the Eye. The mount can drop from the final boss there. Not from the Phoenix mount or the boss itself, but from the final boss, Kael'thas. That brings us to number 3, and I think this is honestly the mount I would have put at the very top. Invincible. It feels like everyone I know who doesn't have the mount says, hey, I've been farming this for 37 years. Nobody gets it. Like I said, for me it was pure luck. I do feel a bit sorry for the people who have been farming it forever. Ice Crown Citadel, 25 players. Heroic. The thing can drop from the Lich King there. Again, it's a 1% drop chance, if not even lower. Yes. Some people run Ice Crown Citadel with 4 characters every week and don't get it. Others just go in once and get it. It's just pure luck. You just have to say it like that. And then, actually, in 2nd place comes the mount that has tormented me the most since I started playing this game, the X45 Heartbreaker. This mount has been around since the Love is in the Air event was introduced. That's the event that always comes around Valentine's Day. So that means you only have 2 weeks to farm this mount. For that, you have to sign up for this event boss through the Dungeon Finder. And the drop chance is way below 1%. Blizzard has already added bad luck protection, so the chance increases with the first kill of the day, and whatever else. By now I've stopped counting, but ever since I started this channel, I've tried to get this mount every year. And of course I was farming it even before that. I've been farming for over 10 years easily. With different characters, I've racked up several thousand kills on this boss. So not 18,000, but it's more than 2,000 if I remember correctly. And I can't get it. I just can't get it. I'll never get this mount. I'll die and I won't own this mount. I know it for sure. That really torments me a lot. I can't say it any other way. And then in 1st place, there was a mount listed that I personally don't even know. Honestly, I've never dealt with it. I can't really tell you why, but it's about the Voidtalon of the Dark Star. You actually have 8 of the profiles on Wowhead. This mount was added with patch 6.1 from the garrisons, and it's basically the Fire Raven mount, which is actually found in the Firelands, just in a purple version. Honestly, for me, it's an absolute, what can I say? An absolute sleeper pick. I wouldn't have expected to see this mount in first place. And why it's so rare, you have to, if I understood correctly, yeah. You have to be lucky enough to find a portal in the open world of back in Warlords of Draenor, which takes you to the edge of reality. These portals, and I have to read this, spawn in every zone of Draenor. But it can happen that when this portal spawns, you might not reach it in time. So you have to be in the right zone, and you also have to be lucky enough to get there in time. These portals stay active for 15 minutes after the first player goes through, and they respawn after 48 hours. At the earliest. So that means if someone goes through there, it can happen that there won't be a new portal for 3 days. That's how it is. So here as well, respect to everyone who has this mount. I will never own it, sorry. Those are the kinds of farms I won't go for. I'm not going to fly around Draenor hoping to catch that 48-hour cycle and have one of those portals open. You can server hop, so if people tell you, hey, the portal has opened, then off you go. I think you can farm it a bit better through mount communities. But to do the whole thing solo, I think if you like that, then you probably also like getting shot in the crotch with a slingshot. Something like that. Alright, that's it from us. How many of these mounts do you have? Feel free to write it in the comments. And what's your top grind that you're still chasing? Let me know. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Take care.